Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope you all are fit and fine. So, children, today we are going to recapitulate chapter number 7, Getting to Know Plants. Children, we know the plants are classified according to their height. There are three types of plants: herbs, which are very small plants having weak stem; the shrubs are medium sized plants; and the big plants called the trees like neem tree, mango tree, peepal tree, etc. Children, some plants are creepers and some are climbers because some plants have weak stems and cannot stand upright. Some of these spread out on the ground and are called the creepers. The example of the creepers are strawberry plant, and the others plant that have the weak stem and climb up with the help of a support are called the climbers. For example, money plant, grapevine is the example of the climbers. So children, this is the structure of a typical plant. In the structure of the plant, there are various parts are there: roots, stem, leaf, branches, seed, fruit, flower, all are present. The main two part of the plant is the root system and the shoot system. The underground part of the plant, or we can say the part that remains in the soil, is called the root system, and the green part that grows above the ground is called the shoot system. The root is the main root. It's called the tap root, and the branches that arises from the main root are called the lateral roots. For example, carrot is the example of the tap root, and the number of the thin fiber like roots that arise from the base of the stem, which spread out in the soil and give the support to the plant, is known as the fibrous root. For example, wheat is the example of the fibrous root. Children, we know according to this root system, there are two types of root system that we have discussed: tap root system and the fibrous root system. And the function of the roots, the main function of the root is to anchor the plant to the soil, and roots absorb the water and minerals present in the soil. The water and the mineral salts reach the stem and the branches through the system of thin tubes present in the roots and the stem. The roots bind the soil particles together and prevent the soil erosion. The main function of the stem is to keep the plant upright, and the stem bears branches, leaves, flowers, and fruits. The main function is the stem transports water, minerals, and food to all the parts of the plant. And the leaf, we know, is the green flat part of the leaf is called the lamina, or we can say the leaf blade. The lamina is attached to the stem by a narrow short stalk called the petiole. Children, this is the structure of a typical leaf. There are thin veins are present in the leaf blade, or we can say the lamina part. The midrib is called the main vein, and there are veins, small veins arises from the midrib part. According to the veins, there are two types of venations are present: parallel venation and the reticulate venation, and the leaf stalk is called the petiole. The first type of the venation is the parallel venation, when the veins in the plant with the fibrous roots are parallel to each other. Children, you can see in this picture there are the leaf of the wheat plant, which is parallel venation, along the length of the leaf, which is called the parallel venation. In the plants that have taproot, the veins from the net-like design, they have the network-shaped venation on both sides of the leaf, which is called the reticulate venation. The main function of the leaf is to transportation and the, we can say, the transpiration and the photosynthesis. The leaves release the water from the plants through the stomata. Stomata are the small pores which are present on the surface of the leaf, which is called the transpiration process. The two important functions of the transpiration are it keeps in the cooling down the leaf, and it plays an important role in water cycle by increasing the moisture in the soil, in the air, sorry. The presence of a green pigment is called the chlorophyll, and the chlorophyll uses the sunlight and provides the energy to the plant for making their food. This process is making food by the leaves is called the photosynthesis, and the food that the leaf prepare is a kind of sugar called the glucose. The glucose changes into starch before the plant store it, and the plants use some of this food to perform their life function and store the rest in fruits, roots, stem or leaves. The leaves provide the food to the entire living world. Children, you can see the process of the transpiration in this picture. Through the sunlight, the leaves get heated, and then from the root, the water is absorbed. Through the stem, the water goes to the surface of the leaves, and then through the small pores which are present on the surface of the leaf, it is called the stomata, the transpiration process occur. The water is evaporated. Water changes in the form of vapor. This process is called the transpiration process. Children, this is the structure of a flower. We know the flower is the very important part of a plant. The flower has a stalk which is called the petiole, and the outer the flower is a stalk, it's called the pedicel. The outermost word of the green leaf is a structure, and it is called the sepals. And the next to the sepals there are colorful leaves are present. In some flower it is red in color like rose. In some other plants it is yellow in color, it's purple in color. So these are the petals. In the center of the flower rises a flask like structure. It is called the pistil, which is the female reproductive system. Pistil is divided into three parts: stigma, style and ovary part. In the ovary part there are many ovules are present in the ovary, and the base is called the ovary, which is swallow in structure. The short tube like upper part is the style, and the above it is the stigma. So children, the other parts is called the androecium, which is male reproductive structure. It is also called the stamen. Stamens are divided into two parts: anthers and filaments. In the anthers there are various types of pollen grains are present in the anther part. So hope children this topic is clear. Any query you can write in query box. Today I am sharing you a Google form link, so you should do the test in the form of Google form and submit it today itself. Thank you children.